Local area emergency for Cook County until further notice. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Cook County Office of Emergency Management. Unknown characters were seen walking around the streets of Chicago, Illinois. It is unknown at this time if the characters are hostile, but we ask all civilians to avoid the characters at all costs. All civilians should gather necessary essentials such as food and water to prepare for a disaster. Stay tuned to your local media outlets for further information on this situation.
Civil danger warning for the states of Illinois and Indiana. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Illinois Emergency Management Agency and the Indiana Department of Emergency Management. It has now been reported in all of Illinois and Indiana that the characters mentioned in the previous local area emergency for Cook County, Illinois, have been confirmed to be hostile and in fact have been reported to murder civilians in all of Illinois and Indiana. This is an extremely dangerous situation. All civilians listening to this message must do the following: lock all doors and windows, seal all cracks and entrances, close all blinds, turn off all lights, and seek shelter in the safest part of your house away from the outside world. Gather essentials such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a battery-powered radio with extra batteries, phone chargers, and a firearm and flashlight. If your shelter is intruded, use armed protection at all costs. Stay tuned to your local media outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
Civil emergency message for the states of Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. It has now been confirmed that the unknown characters have reported to murder civilians in the states mentioned in this alert. Murders have been reported in the states of Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Over 10,000 deaths have been reported in the states mentioned. It has now been confirmed that the murderers resemble characters from the popular children's movie, The Bad Guys and the Bad Guys 2. At this time, all residents living in the states mentioned needs to seek shelter or evacuate immediately. Make sure to gather essentials such as food and water. Do not wait. Due to the severity of the situation, the White House may declare a national emergency within the next 2 hours. Stay tuned to your local media outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
This is an emergency action notification requested by the White House. All EAS participants shall follow activation procedures in the EAS Operating Handbook for a national level emergency. The President of the United States or his designated representative will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system. Please stand by.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency.
Good afternoon, fellow Americans, except, it's not even close to a good afternoon. The United States is under attack by characters seen in the popular children's movie The Bad Guys and the Bad Guys 2. They attack by using knives and breaking into people's homes to kill them. This is a very grave situation. The U.S. military is trying to take these characters down, but are having trouble due to their extreme powers. In the meantime, all residents must do the following. Seek shelter underground away from windows, gather your essentials, including food, water, clothing, a first aid kit, extra batteries, your phone's chargers, and a firearm and flashlight. Barricade yourself from the outside world with as many things as you feasibly can use. If you hear inexplicable noises in your home, stay absolutely quiet and prepare your firearm for use. The president has been taken to an undisclosed location and will address the nation following this alert. My fellow Americans, this is a very sudden and scary time. This situation is worse than 9/11, worse than the Civil War, and worse than the Revolutionary War. But we can get through this because we believe there is a way out and we will find it. So stay calm and do not panic and we'll make it through. Thank you for listening and God bless this big beautiful nation. The United States of America.
Emergency update. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency in conjunction with the North American Aerospace Defense Command. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The North American Aerospace Defense Command has detected the launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile inbound for Washington, D.C. This missile is expected to make impact in the next 2 hours. All residents within a 350-mile radius of the American capital need to seek a fallout shelter immediately. Be sure to gather your essentials such as food and water. Prolonged exposure to fallout will lead to death. All residents must not hesitate. Seek a fallout shelter immediately. Stay tuned to your local media outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
This is an emergency action notification requested by the White House. All EAS participants shall follow activation procedures in the EAS Operating Handbook for a national-level emergency. The President of the United States or his designated representative will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system. Please stand by.
My fellow Americans, this is the representative speaking. The President is mentally unable to make this speech that I am about to make. But first you must know some things. This is not a test. This is not a false alarm. This is not a dream. This is real. There is no escaping it. And now it is time to tell you, my fellow Americans, who are still here, the truth, the outcome of this catastrophe. It is with great sadness, grief, pain, suffering, and tears that I announce that the United States of America, founded on July 4th, 1776, has fallen. It is all over. The missile that made impact in Washington, D.C. was one of the strongest missiles ever made by mankind. It was enough to obliterate most of the northeastern United States. The White House, the Capitol, everything. Gone. It's all over. Alaska and Hawaii have declared independence, and the remaining 48 continuous states and the territories that once was the United States of America is now being annexed by Canada. It is all over. The American dream has failed. Donald Trump is no longer your president. Your land is now ruled by Mark Carney, the 24th Prime Minister of Canada. It's all over. We are so sorry. We want to cry. We will cry. We will mourn the loss of this great nation, but we will never forget it for years to come. We will never forget the founding fathers, the presidents that made this country very successful. We thank you for being an American citizen. And now we will conclude the final activation of the emergency alert system by playing the Star-Spangled Banner 1 last time, followed by the very first playing of O Canada to mark the start of a new era. Thank you for listening. And God bless what was once was the United States of America.